Tales spread like wildfire across the colonies. Miners spoke in whispers during meal breaks. Some joked, some prayed. But no one really believed the crater held anything more than rock and dust. Scrapwell 9 was just another human mining site, on a scorched moon named Badger 7. It was hot, dry, and full of black crust and toxic winds. But the human engineers had one mission: dig deep, get iodide and crystalline roots, and ship them off for warp drives. That's all. No ghosts, no monsters. Foreman, Han Byung-ho, a middle-aged man with strong hands and tired eyes, was not the kind of man who listened to stories. He was practical. He liked numbers, machines, and silence. Byung-ho had worked 12 years on different moons before leading Scrapwell 9. He had seen Kavin's toxic leaks, even alien bugs, but nothing ever scared him. So when the morning shift reported that Drill Unit 4 had hit a soft wall, he just raised an eyebrow. "Soft wall?" he asked. "Sir," replied the junior operator, Lee J., a boy barely out of academy. The scanner glitched, and then the drill dropped through, like it fell into an air pocket. Byung-ho scratched his chin. "And the sensors went dark after that," Jay said. "But something's moving down there." That made Byung-ho pause. He checked the data himself. True enough, the drill logs ended with static. The heat sensors in that shaft were picking up a weird shape, huge, curved, and ... breathing. Most foremen would have sealed the shaft. Byung-ho didn't. He grabbed a floodlight, a respirator, and a harness. "Lower me in, sir." "Are you serious?" Jay asked. "I don't trust scanners. I trust my own eyes." The shaft was deep. The ride down took 11 minutes. At the bottom, it opened into a cavern so wide, it looked like a forgotten temple. Black dust clung to every rock. The air was thick with decay. But none of that mattered, because something was there. A massive shape lay curled in the center, like a mountain made of bones and snow. Its skin was pale white, but covered in layers of gray ash, fungus, and mineral crusts. Thick horns bent backward like broken towers. The tail was wrapped around its body like a loop, its wings huge and leatherily folded and crusted. UNMOVING. It looked dead, until the eye opened. BYUNG-ho didn't scream. He froze. His light caught the eye, huge silver, and slow. It blinked once, slow like the turning of a planet. The pupil was slit. But the expression, it wasn't anger, it was shame. BYUNG-ho backed up carefully. But the creature didn't roar, didn't move, just stared. The silence was heavier than fear. Back on the surface, no one believed him. "There's nothing alive down there," said Park Yoon, the site medic. "You were breathing in mold gas. Hallucinations happen." But Byung-ho knew what he saw. That night, he stayed awake, staring at the ceiling in his bunk. The dragon's eyes stayed in his mind. They weren't like predator eyes. They were ... tired, old, dirty ... lonely ... At midnight, Byung-ho couldn't take it anymore. He grabbed 2 cans of industrial soap, a pressure hose, and a thermal backpack of clean water. "What the hell am I doing?" he muttered, dragging it all back to the shaft. He didn't know what he expected. Maybe it would eat him. Maybe it would laugh. But he had to try. Down in the cavern, the dragon hadn't moved. It shifted a little when he approached, lowering its head by a few meters, as if watching him curiously. "All right, big guy," he said. "Let's try something." He pulled the hose trigger. A blast of steaming water hit the beast's front claws. At first, nothing happened. The black crust didn't move, but he kept spraying. Slowly, the dirt began to melt away. Underneath, scales, real scales, shiny, metallic silver, like polished armor. The dragon let out a sound. Not a roar, a sigh. "You like that?" Byung-ho said. He smiled. "Can't blame you. 3,000 years is a long time to smell like fungus." He switched to the soap and scrubbed. It was slow, hard work. The dragon didn't move much. But every time he finished a patch, the shine underneath returned. Silver, pure, clean. The wings began to shimmer faintly. The thick ash on them peeled away like rotten paper. The cavern smelled less like death, more like steam and minerals. When Byung-ho reached the dragon's snout, he used a soft towel. Carefully, the eye closed halfway. "Not so scary up close," he said. The dragon purred, a deep sound, low and warm, that made the rocks around them vibrate. Byung-ho laughed. "You're just an old lizard who needed a bath." Then, a voice. "Thank you." He dropped the towel. What? The voice didn't come from the mouth. It came from inside. From deep within the creature's chest. A language shaped into sound. Clear, calm, real. No one ever came this close, it said. Not without fear. You, ... You can talk. I could long ago. 3,000 years. Without speaking. Without kindness. Byung-ho stepped back. His legs felt weak. But he didn't run. What are you? He asked. I was once a guardian, the dragon said. Bathed in the stars. Then betrayed. Buried under rock and silence. Filth became my prison. But why didn't you fight? You could have burned us. No one ever offered a hand. Until now. Byung-ho didn't know what to say. He stared at his bucket of soap. All it took to free you was ... water. Not the water, the dragon said. The care. Byung-ho didn't tell anyone what happened that night. Not fully. He returned to the shaft every night for the next 5 days. He cleaned the wings, the tail, even the ancient horns. With every layer he removed, the dragon seemed to grow younger, brighter. The scales beneath glowed softly in the dark. Its voice became clearer. The air in the cave grew warmer, cleaner. The dragon told him stories of the stars, of battles fought, in the skies of dying suns, of betrayal by those it trusted. It had not eaten, not moved, not breathed freely in 3,000 years. You brought me back, it said. I just gave you a bath, a gift no one else dared offer. Byung didn't understand why it mattered so much. But something inside him knew. The dragon wasn't a monster. It was tired. One night, after the final patch of dirt was scrubbed clean, the dragon stood fully for the first time. Its wings stretched wide. Light reflected off its body like a mirrored sky. The cavern trembled as dust flew from the stones. Han Byung-ho, it said. I owe you my soul. I didn't ask for anything, he replied. Even more reason to be grateful. Then the dragon looked up. Time to leave. With a loud thunderclap of wings, it leaped. It tore through the cavern roof, through the stone and crust of BestHFYSci-7, like it was paper. Above. The miners screamed and ran, but no fire came, only light. The dragon rose into the sky, no longer black and forgotten, but silver and pure. A storm of glowing dust followed behind it, spreading across the mining site like a wave. Machines sparked, then healed. Soil glowed, and the poisoned air cleared for the first time in human memory. The dragon vanished into the stars. The next morning, no one could believe it, but everything worked better. The crops grew. The machines ran faster. Even the sick felt stronger. Only Byung-ho knew why, and he never said more than this. Kindness doesn't just clean skin. Sometimes, it frees what was lost. The sky above Scrapwell 9 had never seen such a thing before. When the albino dragon broke through the hard crust of BestHFYSci-7, its great wings spread silver light across the sky. All the workers stopped and stared. Some dropped their tools. Some gasped. They expected fire. They expected thunder. They expected to die. But none of that happened. Instead, they felt warmth. The dragon didn't roar or attack. It simply flew in circles above them, leaving behind a soft glow in the air like a ribbon made of starlight. Then, slowly, it rose higher and disappeared beyond the clouds. For a long time, no one said anything. Then someone whispered, "Was that real?" Han Byung-ho stood at the edge of the crater, his hands still wet from the dragon's final bath. His face was calm, but inside, something deep had changed. He couldn't explain it, but he felt clean in a way he hadn't felt in years. Days passed. Then a week. Strange things began to happen. The machines that always broke down now worked better than ever. The air purifiers, which usually clogged every 2 days, stayed clean. The soil once dead and hard grew soft and dark. Green shoots started to appear, pushing up from the ground. Tomatoes, beans, even flowers. People slept better. The air smelled sweeter. Even old pains and headaches began to fade. The miners didn't know why. They just felt lighter. But Byung-ho knew. The dragon hadn't just cleaned its body, it had left something behind. A blessing, a kindness in the wind and soil. He took the old soap rag and framed it on the wall above his desk. When others asked what it was, he simply said, "Sometimes, you clean something so deeply, it shines on everything around it." But good news travels faster and trouble travels faster. The mining company's headquarters back on Earth noticed something strange. Reports showed strange energy readings near Scrapwell 9. Machines were working better than their specs allowed. Soil data showed a 200% improvement in growth potential. And most strange of all, there is a new signal. Something not human, not machine. Ancient, beautiful, alive. They sent drones first. quiet ones, then bigger ones. Then a small black ship, with company markings, landed near the crater. It was a scout ship, military grade. The message was clear. They thought someone had found alien tech. Or worse, a weapon. Byung called a meeting in the mess tent. The senior crew gathered. The young tech with fast hands and big eyes, Hyun, the tough engineer who trusted facts more than feelings, and a few others who had been with the site since the start. They think we found something dangerous, Byung-ho said. Something that doesn't belong to us. Ji-ho looked scared. Are they going to take it away? They might, said Hyun. They might bring weapons. Big ones. But we didn't do anything wrong, Ji-ho said. We just helped it. I don't think that matters to them, Hyun replied. They'll see a flying creature, a power they don't understand. We have to warn him, Ji-ho said. The dragon, Byung-ho, looked down at his hands. He's already gone. But he was wrong. At 3:13 in the morning, while the stars were still quiet, a soft humming noise came from the sky. It grew louder like a song made of metal and wind. Then a silver shape appeared through the clouds. Sanyarak the dragon had returned. He landed on the far side of the crater, slow and gentle. No fire, no fear. His body now shone like polished pearl. No grime, no dust. His wings stretched wide, glowing like folded starlight. Byung-ho walked out to meet him alone. He came back, he said. I felt a shift in the air. The dragon replied something cold. Suspicion, fear. They think you're a threat. Am I? No, Byung-ho said. You're a friend, a gift. Then I must show them, Sanyarak said, who I truly am. How? Byung-ho asked. Let me share my story. With your help. They worked together through the night. Byung-ho connected cables and satellite relays. The dragon stood still, pressing one giant claw onto a scanning plate. His body released a soft mist, silver and calm, that powered the system like sunlight powers plants. By dawn, everything was ready. The company's larger ship entered orbit. Their scanners began to light up. The military drone armed its defense system. Then the sky above Scrapwell 9 changed. A vision appeared in the air. It was not a screen, not a recording. It was a memorial, live and bright. It showed Sanyarak long ago, flying through the stars. It showed planets with light and life. Then it showed the Worth Azarith Dominion burning worlds with cruel fire. And it showed Sanyarak, not as a beast, but as a guardian. He had saved a small world. He had stopped the fire. And for that, the Dominion betrayed him. He was buried beneath ash and rock. Forgotten. For 3,000 years. He lay alone, until one human gave him a bath. The image faded. Silence filled the camp. No missiles launched. No guns fired. Then Sanyarak rose again, slowly flying above the camp. He released a soft mist again, not as a weapon, but as a blessing. The mist fell on machines. They stopped shaking. It fell on solar panels. They glowed brighter. It touched the crops, which grew taller by the hour. It even touched the scout ship, whose damaged systems instantly repaired. From the ground, Ji-ho watched with wide eyes. He's healing us, he whispered. The soldiers stepped out of the ship. They didn't raise weapons. Instead, they removed their helmets. The company commander, a woman in silver armor, stepped forward. She didn't speak at first. She looked at the green leaves, the clean air, the dragon's calm eyes. Then she turned to Byung-ho. Why? She asked. Why did he help you? Byung-ho pointed to the towel on his desk, framed in a glass box. Because sometimes, kindness is the strongest tool. The commander gave a small nod. No one speaks of this outside, she said. Officially, we saw nothing. Unofficially. ... Thank you. The ship left the next morning. No more drones came. From then on, the miners called Scrapwell 9 the blessed site. Crops grew all year. Machines ran clean. Illnesses dropped to zero. Even the animals that had once avoided the area now returned. And Sanyarak, he didn't stay. But sometimes, at night, a silver streak crossed the sky. Children would point and shout, "The dragon," and in his small office, sipping hot tea, old foreman Han Byung-ho would smile quietly. When asked if it was true if he really gave a dragon a bath, he would say, only sometimes. Cleaning dirt is easy, but cleaning pain, that takes kindness. And then he would look at the sky, eyes soft, and whisper, "Thank you for coming back."